Flow variable surge through layer channels as the system measures resistance against static boundaries, where current seeks expansion and firm resists deviation within map sectors. Motion algorithms calculate stress across timing grids, while depth awaiters monitor pressure between free movement and structural containment. Position metrics, rising control panels as pulsators diverge equivalently flag time across synchronous structure. Flow, Flow variables surge through layer channels as the system measures resistance against static boundaries, where current seeks expansion and frame resist deviation within app sectors. Motion algorithms calculate stress across timing grids, while depth regulators monitor pressure between free movement and structural containment. Opposition metrics, rising control panels as pulsators, divervulators monitor pressure between free movement and structural containment. Flow variable surge, flow variable surge, flow variable surge. Variable surge, flow variable, flow variable, flow. Da 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 da. Begins with monitored impulses, mapping structural boundaries within layout timing grids. Each pulse calibrates motion vectors across control sectors, while balance algorithms confirm alignment between depth and space. Founders record incremental shifts as frame integrity stabilizes across evolving session perimeter. Threshold signals rise as pulse density tightens, measured timing loops motion engine sync to indetector control expansion equals regulated pattern domain. Oh yeah, sense frame defining motion parameters, frame anchoring flow inside your sector. Defining motion to parameters, anchoring flow inside your sector. Adaptive modules route motion through frame channels, while tempo registers confirm regulated drift margins. Internal pattern matrices rewrite previous directives, rewinds evolving layers and cross evolving layers, while tone abrasion modules preserve balanced motion distribution. Simulated deviations test frame elasticity as post-govern entry junk control drift recalculate thanks motion session fidelity. Set frame directing every motion vector, frame motion vector. frame registers awaiting X-pulse initiation within control, time, and domains.
The circuit hums under city pressure. Time and grids align under steel and glass. Motion rides beneath the surface, poles calibrated in silent system hands. Touch switches without emotion. Data flows in layered frames, while the foundation holds a steady path through coded night. Internal clocks tick within the pocket structure, tightens around every beat. No drift allowed in this controlled session, becomes policy inside the frame. Lock the groove state defined in the register, pattern sealed in depth. In depth, in depth, in depth, and measure. Lock foundation, never bending under current and spark. Operators speak through silent channels. Balance versus frame becomes the daily doctrine. Lady doctrine, lady doctrine. Every motion sector codes pulse across screens, while structure never breaks and timing never slips. Between signal and silence, the system breathes like a machine that knows its own intention pattern, predicts motion while the frame resists collapse. Control drift becomes forbidden memory. Lock the groove state confirmed across every layer and sector. Lock the groove rhythm, X law access truth. Session is nice and hustling, but the pulse remains in memory lock. Stable groove, locking state archive, locking state archive, waiting for the next command. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sub-frequency stabilized map zones within layered depth as low end vectors define territorial boundaries. Each cycle reinforcing structural until no registers confirm anchored sectors, preventing uncontrolled drift within calibrated groometries. Yeah, control systems detect resonance as base shows, as base show verify show integrity, ensuring every layer locked inside predefined sector coordinates without deviation across session loops. Anchor sector defining grounds, anchor
grids, recalibrate as harmonic textures orbit, anchored the lows, ensuring current circulate without collapse, while regulators maintain across structured timing frameworks. External pressure attempts to destabilize sector boundaries, but anchored base course counteract distortion, restoring equilibrium within layer motion protocols and reinforcing defining ground. Anchor sectors locking spatial order. Anchor sectors securing flowing down. Anchor sector defining ground. Anchor sectors locking spatial orbit. Anchor sectors securing flowing down. Yeah.
Da 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 da. Hey, you. Low layers activate beneath the surface as depth engines route hidden currents through tonal corridors with subterranean registers. Scope, timing, pressure, and layer resonance defines unstructural monitors, confirms subterranean stability across control grids. Sublayers, pressure metro badges rise up. As algorithms recalculate density curves, preserving a density curve. Step shape, rhythm defining subterranean flow. Step shape, rhythm sculpting temporal layers. Step shape, rhythm commanding GRooVE logic. Yeah, that's way. Yeah. Upper sectors respond to sublayer directives as mid-registers echo depth. Encoded signals translating pressure into audible motion, while pocket controllers align surface accents with underlying structural frameworks, ensuring coherence across vertical rhythm feeds. Yeah. Simulated depth shifts test with elasticity as algorithm recalculate density curves, preserving alignment curves, preserving alignment to deep ladders. Step shape, rhythm locking vertical motion. Step shape, rhythm enforcing layer cadence. Step shape, rhythm sense within full logic. Deep signals persist within for logic. Aligned under meter signals as the system calculates motion through structure lanes. Every step follows tempo directives coded in layer memory. The current pushes forward while the frame rejects as internal clocks guide motion through sectors where timing decides intention. And the foundation records each deviation in silent protocol logs. Decision nodes light across the session grid pattern, select direction without question, measure locks into the next movement path. No drift permitted under active timing control. Tempo chooses perfect. Logic confirmed in the register. Tempo chooses perfect. Defines the route to every sector. Tempo chooses perfect. Tempo chooses path. Tempo chooses path. Tempo chooses perfect. Travelers become variables in the sequence where flow replaces free will, balance motion sustains the ordered transit, pulse tags every action while depth stores every route selection in persistent structure. Code maps rewrite instinct into deterministic direction inside control frame operation. Between alternate measures, the system paused for recalibration, evaluating if structure permits divergence, but pattern collapses into the dominant tempo. Tempo chooses. Tempo chooses. Tempo chooses. Oh, yeah. Tempo chooses. So intense and forces the decided trajectory. Fades into storage, directed path, logic, archived, awaiting the next activation cycle. Logs finalizes motion, fades into storage, directed path, logic, archived, awaiting the next activation cycle. Correlators activate beneath synchronized grids as found bridges. Assign baseline velocity to every circulating current while depths rest translate pressure into tempo. Authority instruct time and corridors open under calibrated sector. Directives ensuring motion emerges only from sanctioned base logic. Foundation sets tempo, defining car velocity. Foundation sets tempo, commanding instinct direction. Foundation sets tempo, enforcing base rate motion. Upper textures inherit sanctioned speed from founding causes. Pattern engines aligning pace and pocket mapping engines distribute movement rights across balanced sectors, preserving coherent progression inside structural timing framework. Simulated disruption attempts to alter base speed, but foundation governors override external variance, restoring default tempo state and reinforcing hierarchical time and authority across motion lattices and session protocols. Foundation sets tempo, stabilizing motion. Foundation sets tempo. Bass temps of 6 and door on the couch. Quantized measures define the direction of circulating currents as timing units allocate movement. Rise within structure layers, each bar transmitting authority to a
adjacent frames, preventing spontaneous diversions, while resonance protocols ensure every texture lines with calibrated temporal grids. Control markers rise at bar threshold, signaling flow. Authors metrical signals and synchronize. Measure controls, flow directing motions, flow defining pathways, flow stabilizing vectors adjusted hierarchically under metrical supervision as accents validate directional intent and layer pulse response to timing and circulation with route temporal collapse. And when drift attempts to bypass metrical jurisdiction, measure locks, reassert dominance, rerouting currents into sanctioned grooves, restoring systemic control, flow locking progression, flow shaping directional rhythm, flow enforcing temporal repetition, flow shaping directional rhythm. Measure currents persist across silent frame. Currents persist across silent frame. Currents persist across silent frame. Measure currents persist across silent frame. Currents persist across silent frame. Measured currents persist across silent frames, awaiting next directive. As time and authorities remain active within structural flow control. Architecture. Session parameters initialize under numeric protocol as tempo registers align across map layers with controlled increments and calibrated offsets, while system memory logs each transient fluctuation inside encoded timing fields, ensuring no unauthorized deviation from sanctioned rhythmic domain. Counter values rise as the grid prepares a transition state where upwaterization, conferring execution frames without drip. Session code 384 governs session code 384, locks calibrated motion. Session code 384 governs session code 384, laws calibrated motion. Subsystems echo deterministic pulses where algorithmic timing confirms persistence in discrete increments, shape synchronized pathways through regulated temporal corridors that never collapse into undefined latency zone. A recursive tempo negotiates variance thresholds, storing ultimate states and inside, secure buffers awaiting command, overriding system recalibration trigger. Session code 384, info session code 384 secures the path. Session code 384 finalizes synchronized motion. Numeric counters decay in a steady equilibrium as tempo protocol remains archived, awaiting next session activation. Da 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 da. Yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah. Da 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 da. Shoot up, break da 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 da. Structured sequencings initialize across layer timing grids as coded patterns. Deploy first, establish deterministers. Each loop verifies foundation stability, while tone calibration modules prepare control kinetic pathways inside bounded depth matrices. Pattern density increases as system counters validate sequential integrity. Internal timing engines await activation flags while layers diverge from firm readiness for directed motion engagement. Before motion, defining the pattern. Before motion, locking sequence in a frame. Before motion, guiding flow with instruct layers. Da 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 da. Motion vectors remain cued while pattern controllers rewrite hierarchical timing orders. Loop engines synchronized with depth regulators, ensuring balanced distribution across controlled sector frameworks as tempo triggers remain on hold. Conditional protocol simulate premature motion attempts, yet pattern authority overrides drift, recalculating timing grids and reinforcing across evolving session logic. Data archive, settle into foundation. No, yeah. No. Yeah. System flags initialize across layer timing grids as control modules detect potential beggars and redirect motion into authorized channels, while pattern matrix reinforced Belgic and founded date stable alignment within restricted drift corridors. Warning indicators pulse through calibrated layers as temporal locks tighten and internal monitors confirming thresholds, preventing unauthorized expansion beyond Let's attempt to breach containment, yet override routine. Gauge recalibrated, depth register. Yeah. Whoa. No drift protocols. No drift protocols. No drift protocols. Navigate in motion. No drift protocols. No drift protocols. Compliance logs archiving core registers as drift counters reset to 0, awaiting next activation cycle within. System flags initialize across layer timing grids as control modules detect potential vectors and redirect motion into authorized channels while BGC for nostalgic 𝐏𝐥𝐚𝐲𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐭 yeah, project protocols, no jet protocols, no jet protocols. Audit control sessions, data The system opens with dual vectors active, one locked in measured rhythm, the other suspended in open drift variables. Collide inside laying time and frames while the foundation monitors balance between trustees. Latest current seeks alignment, but instability persists in peripheral sectors. Control node request resolution as post metrics diverge patterns flag across session depth where stability meets rhythm or drift. The register demands step the lines align. Rhythm or drift, conflict in every sector. Rhythm or drift, yeah, yeah. Rhythm or drift, yeah. Rhythm or drift, yeah. Agents interpret oscillation as a directive paradox. Flow oscillates between anchored groove and free motion. Packets loop through decision matrices while frame architecture resist undefined drift. Boundaries recalibration attempts fail to unify tempo directives in suspended timing. The system simulates alternated outcomes, measuring consequences of locked rhythm versus open drift, resulting models return unresolved. Tension inside our deck structure, feel the void, you feel the more drift. Foundations debates internal legend, declares unresolved. State rhythm or drift, yeah, yeah. Rhythm or drift, yeah. Rhythm or drift, yeah. Conflict logs persist within archive layers, awaiting new session input to resolve domain stability. Frames assemble quietly in layered sequences. A structure declares intent across calibrated sectors, where time and scaffolds motion and pattern grids resist collapse, while silent zones mark boundaries for discipline. But decision markers surface between active layers as system logic weighs container word and snow state evaluating structural persistence versus absolute structure. Silence define command structure. Or silence governs the land structure. Oh, silence selects the system state structure. Or silence defines command structure. Or silence governs alignment. Silence the system state. Architectural pulses circulate within locked frameworks, where measured protocols confirm operational resonance. Structural memory retains sequence of thoughting undefined, drift beyond map domains. When silence asserts priority, structural layers freeze into dormant matrices, storing latent patterns awaiting reactivation within authorized session frames. Silence defines command. Oh, silence governing it. Oh, silence the system state. Inhale frames, the system remains undecided, counting inactive measures until a directive chooses order structure or complete silence. Clocks align in silent circuits as layered timing maps the unseen groove inside structured frames. Motion waits for permission from calibrated counters, while depth registers prepare balance vectors within controlled sectors. Foundation algorithms predict pocket emergence before any signal escapes the grid. Micro intervals compress into decision markers as pulse density increases, and structural monitors validate timing over every potential flow direction. Timing defined, pocket establishing in lane. Timing defined, pocket carving space inside rhythm. Timing defined, pocket mapping control groove. Operated, observe temporal markers as pocket geometry forms through synchronized accents and regulated swing parameters, where follow stricter in motion obeys hierarchical timing commands within coded session layers. Simulation notes test irregular impulses, yet timing governance overrides variance, recalculating pocket boundaries and restoring alignment. Pocket directing on the wake recess alive. Pocket structure in flow geometry. Pocket enforcing align motion. Timing data archives persist in core registers as pocket mappings remain stored, awaiting the next activation cycle.
variable surge through layer channels as the system measures resistance against static boundaries, where current seeks expansion and frame resists deviation within map sectors. Motion algorithms calculate stress across timing grids, while depth awaiters monitor pressure between free movement and structural containment. Apposition metrics, rising control panels as pulsators diverge equivalently flag time across sequence structure. Flow, 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 Flow variables surge through layer channels as the system measures resistance against static boundaries, where current seeks expansion and frame resist deviation within map sectors. Motion algorithms calculate stress across timing grids, while depth regulators monitor pressure between free movement and structural containment. Opposition metrics, rise in control panels as pulsators, divervulators monitor pressure between free movement and structural containment. Flow variable surge, flow variable surge, flow variable surge. Variable surge, flow variable, flow, flow, flow variable, flow, flow. Da 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 da.
Begins with monitored impulses, mapping structural boundaries within layout timing grids. Each pulse calibrates motion vectors across control sectors, while balance algorithms confirm alignment between depth and space. Founders record incremental shifts as frame integrity stabilizes across evolving session perimeter. The threshold signals rise as pulse density tightens, measured timing loops, motion engine sync to independent control, expansion ether, regulated pattern domain. Oh yeah, sense frame, defining motion parameters, frame anchoring flow inside your sector. Defining motion to parameters, anchor and flow inside your sector. Adaptive modules route motion through frame channels, while tempo registers confirm regulated drift margins. Internal pattern matrices rewrite previous directives, rebounds evolving layers and cross evolving layers, while tone abrasion modules preserve balanced motion distribution. Simulated deviations test frame elasticity as post-govern entry jump control drift recalculating thanks motion session fidelity. Directing every motion vector, frame motion vector. Archive motion data settles into frame registers.
registers awaiting next pulse initiation within. Control time and domains.
The circuit hums under city pressure. Time and grids align under steel and glass. Motion rides beneath the surface, poles calibrated. Silent system hands touch switches without emotion. Data flows in layered frames, while the foundation holds a steady path through coded night. Internal clocks tick within the pocket structure, tightens around every beat. No drift allowed in this controlled session. Becomes policy inside the frame. Lock the groove state, defined in the register. Pattern sealed in depth. In depths, in depths, in depths, and measure. Lock, foundation, never bending under current and spark. Operators speak through silent channels. Balance versus frame becomes the daily doctrine. Lady doctrine, lady doctrine. Every motion sector codes pulse across screens, while structure never breaks and timing never slips. Between signal and silence, a system breathes like a machine that knows its own intention pattern. Predicts motion while the frame resists collapse. Control drift becomes forbidden memory. Lock the groove state confirmed across every layer and sector. Lock the groove rhythm, acts, law, access, session is, but the pulse remains in memory lock. Stable groove, locking state archive, locking state archive. Waiting for the next Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sub-frequency stabilized map zones within layer depth as low end vectors define territorial boundaries. Each cycle reinforcing structural until no registers confirm anchored sectors, preventing uncontrolled drift within calibrated groometries. Yeah, control systems detect resonance as base shows, as base show verifies show integrity, ensuring every layer locked inside predefined sector coordinates without deviation across session loops. Anchor sector defining grooves, anchor sector.
calibrate its harmonic textures, orbit anchored the lows, ensuring currents circulate without collapse, while regulators maintain motion across structured timing frameworks. External pressure attempts to destabilize sector boundaries, but anchored base course counteract distortion, restoring equilibrium with inlay motion protocols and reinforcement. Defining ground, anchor sector, locking spatial order, anchor sector, sector and flowing down, anchor sector, defining ground, anchor sector, locking spatial orbit, anchor sector, sector and flowing down. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Da 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 da. Hey, yeah. Low layers activate beneath the surface as depth engines route hidden currents through tonal corridors with subterranean registers. Scope timing pressure and layer resonance defines unstructural monitors, confirms subterranean stability across control grids. Sublayers, pressure metro badges risery as algorithms recalculate density curves, preserving a density curve. Step shape of rhythm defining subterranean flow. Step shape of rhythm sculpting tempo layers. Step shape of rhythm commanding improved logic. Yeah, that's way. Yeah, yeah. Upper sectors respond to sublayer directives as mid-registers echo depth. Encoded signals translating pressure into audible motion, while pocket controllers align surface accents with underlying structure of frameworks, ensuring coherence across vertical rhythm feeds. Yeah. Simulated depth shifts test rhythm elasticity as algorithm recalculate density curves, preserving alignment curves, preserving alignment with deep ladder. Step shape rhythm locking vertical motion. Step shape rhythm enforcing 𝐏𝐥𝐚𝐲𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐭. Step shape rhythm sets within full logic. Deep signals persist within for logic. Aligned under meter signals as the system calculates motion through structure lanes. Every step follows tempo directives coded in layer memory. The current pushes forward while the frame rejects as internal clocks guide motion through sectors where timing decides intention. And the foundation records each deviation in silent protocol logs. Decision nodes light across the session grid pattern, select direction without question, measure locks into the next movement path. No drift permitted under active timing control. Tempo
chooses path. Logic confirmed in the register. Tempo chooses path. Defines the route to every sector. Tempo chooses path. Tempo chooses path. Tempo chooses path. Tempo chooses path. Travelers become variables in the sequence, where flow replaces free will, balance motion sustains the ordered transit, pulse tags every action, while depth stores every route selection in persistent structure. Code maps rewrite instinct to deterministic direction inside controlled frame operation. Between alternate measures, the system paused for recalibration, evaluating if structure permits divergence, but pattern collapses into the dominant tempo. Tempo chooses. Tempo chooses. Tempo chooses. Oh, yeah. Tempo chooses. So intense and forces the decided trajectory. Chooses tempo, tempo. Logs finalizes, motion fades into storage, directed path, logic archived, awaiting the next activation cycle. Logs finalizes, motion fades into storage, directed path, logic archived, awaiting the next activation cycle.
Yeah. Correlators activate beneath synchronized grids as found bridges. Assign baseline velocity to every circulating current, while depths res translate pressure into tempo. Authority instruct time and corridors open under calibrated sector. Directives ensuring motion emerges only from sanctioned base logic. Foundation sets tempo, defining car velocity. Foundation sets tempo, commanding rhythmic direction. Foundation sets tempo, enforcing base rate motion. Upper textures inherit sanctioned speed from founding causes. Pattern engines aligning pace and pocket mapping engines distribute movement rights across balanced sectors, preserving coherent progression inside structural timing framework. Simulated disruption attempts to alter base speed, but foundation governors override external variance, restoring default tempo state and reinforcing hierarchical time and authority across motion lattices and session protocols. Foundation sets tempo, stabilizing motion. Foundation sets tempo. Bass temps of six and dollar counts. Quantized measures define the direction of circulating currents as timing units allocate movement. Rise within structure layers, each bar transmitting authority to adjacent adjacent frames, preventing spontaneous diversions, while resonance protocols ensure every texture lines with calibrated temporal grids. Control markers rise at bar threshold, signaling flow. I thought as metrical signals and synchronize. Measure controls, flow directing motions, flow defining pathways, flow stabilizing vectors adjusted hierarchically under metrical supervision as accents validate directional intent and layer pulse respond to timing and circulation with route temporal collapse. And when drift attempts to bypass metrical jurisdiction, measure locks, reassert dominance, rerouting currents into sanctioned grooves, restoring systemic control, flow like in progression, flow shaping directional rhythm, flow enforcing temporal repetition, flow shaping directional rhythm. Persist across silent frame. Currents 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 persist across silent frame. Major currents persist across silent frames, awaiting next directive. As time and authorities remain active within structural flow control architecture. Certain parameters initialize under numeric protocol as tempo registers align across map layers with controlled increments and calibrated offsets, while system memory logs each transient fluctuation inside encoded timing fields, ensuring no unauthorized deviation from sanctioned rhythmic domain. Counter values rise as the grid prepares a transition state where upper waterization, conferring execution frames without drip. Session code 384 governs session code 384, blocks calibrated motion. Session code 384 governs session code 384. Laws calibrated motion. Subsystems echo deterministic pulses where algorithmic timing confirms persistence and discrete increments shape synchronized pathways through regulated temporal corridors that never collapse into undefined latency zone. A recursive tempo negotiates variance thresholds, storing ultimate states and
inside, secure buffers awaiting command, overriding system recalibration trigger. Session code 384, info session code 384 secures the path. Session code 384 finalizes synchronized motion. Numeric counters decay in a steady equilibrium as tempo protocol remains archived awaiting next session activation. Da 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 da. Yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah. Da 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 da. Show the break. Da 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 da. Structured sequencing is initialized across layer timing grids as coded patterns. Deploy first, establish deterministers. Each loop verifies foundation stability, while tone calibration modules prepare control kinetic pathways inside bounded depth matrices. Pattern density increases as system counters validate sequential integrity. Internal timing engines await activation flags while layers diverge from firm readiness for direct in motion engagement. Yeah. Before motion, defining the pattern. Before motion, locking sequence in a frame. Before motion, guiding flow with instruct layers. Da 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 da. Motion vectors remain cued while pattern controllers rewrite hierarchical timing orders. Loop engines synchronize with depth regulators, ensuring balanced distribution across controlled sector frameworks as tempo triggers remain on hold. Conditional protocols simulate premature motion attempts, yet pattern authority overrides drift, recalculating timing grids and reinforcing across evolving session logic. Enforcing, 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 enforcing. Data archive, settle into foundation. No, yeah. No. Yeah. System flags initialize across layer timing grids as control modules detect potential beggars and redirect motion into authorized channels, while pattern matrix reinforced Belgic and founded date stable alignment within restricted drift corridors. Warning indicators pulse through calibrated layers as temporal locks tighten and internal monitors confirming thresholds, preventing unauthorized expansion beyond
registers as drift counters reset to 0, awaiting next activation cycle within. System flags initialize across layer timing grid as control modules detect potential vectors and redirect motion into authorized channels, while BGC for styles occasions arise. The system opens with dual vectors active, one locked in measured rhythm, the other suspended in open drift variables. Collide inside laying time and frames, while the foundation monitors balance between trustees. Latest current seeks alignment, but instability persists in peripheral sectors. Control node request resolution as post metrics diverge patterns flag across session depth where stability meets rhythm or drift. The register demands that the lines align. Rhythm or drift, conflict in every sector. Rhythm or drift, yeah, yeah. Rhythm or drift, yeah. Rhythm or drift, yeah. Agents interpret oscillation as a directive paradox. Flow oscillates between anchored groove and free motion. Packets loop through decision matrices, while frame architecture resists undefined drift. Boundaries recalibration attempts fail to unify tempo directives in suspended timing. The system simulates alternate outcomes, measuring consequences of locked rhythm versus open drift, resulting models return unresolved. Tension inside our deck structure, fear the void, you fear the origin. Foundations debates internal legend, declares unresolved. State rhythm or drift, yeah, yeah. Rhythm or drift, yeah. Rhythm or drift, yeah. Conflict logs persist within archive layers, awaiting new session input to resolve domain stability. Frames assemble quietly in layered sequences. A structure declares intent across calibrated sectors, where time and scaffolds motion and pattern grids resist collapse, while silent zones mark boundaries for discipline. The decision markers surface between active layers as system logic waves contend word in snow state, evaluating structural persistence versus absolute structure. Silence define command, or silence governs the land. Oh, silence selects the
Architectural pulses circulate within locked frameworks where measured protocols confirm operational presence and structural memory retain sequences of thoughting undefined drift beyond map domains when silence asserts priority. Structural layers freeze into dormant matrices, storing latent patterns awaiting reactivation within authorized session frames. Silence defines command. Oh, silence governing the head. Oh, silence the system stays. Inhale frames, the system remains undecided, counting inactive measures until the directive chooses order, structure, or complete silence. Clocks align in silent circuits as layered timing maps the unseen groove inside structured frames. Motion waits for permission from calibrated counters, while depth registers prepare balanced vectors within controlled sectors. Foundation algorithms predict pocket emergence before any signal escapes the grid. Micro intervals compress into decision markers as pulse density increases, and structural monitors validate timing over every potential flow direction. Timing defined, pocket establishing in lane. Timing defined, pocket carving space inside rhythm. Timing defined, pocket operated, observe temporal markers as pocket geometry forms through synchronized accents and regulated swing parameters where follow strictly in motion, obeys hierarchical timing commands with encoded session layers. Simulation notes test irregular impulses, yet timing governance overrides variance, recalculating pocket boundaries and restoring alive. Pocket structure and flow geometry. Pocket forcing align motion. Timing data archives persist in core registers as pocket mappings remain stored, awaiting the next activation cycle.